What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, another fun one for you from our G.I. Joe Classic Collection, all the way from 1996. We bring you the G.I. Joe French Foreign Legion. And guys, yeah, I understand. This is the Classic Collection 1997 limited edition G.I. Joe, but it was manufactured for the 1997 year, but it was really actually produced in 1996, and we'll get into that. We'll show you get you a year on that in a minute. But this was a very, very cool figure. Once again, at the very height of G.I. Joe's resurgence in the mid-1990s, you could go into a Toys R Us and it was teeming with new G.I. Joes all through the toy aisles. A G.I. Joe collector's perfect dream. It was so fun to go into the toy aisles of Toys R Us, Walmart, Target, and see these beautiful boxed Classic Collection G.I. Joe action figures. And it was just, oh, guys, my collector guys out there completely understand what I'm saying. The thrill of the hunt. And it's nothing like seeing a brand new G.I. Joe in the toy aisles, sitting on a shelf, just waiting to be bought and add it to your collection. And seeing this beautiful French Foreign Legion G.I. Joe, the box art was absolutely breathtaking. Beautiful, beautiful box art. I would love to know the artist that worked on the Classic Collection G.I. Joe series for these beautiful box art pictures. Beautifully done. Let's bring this guy down. We'll get right into it. Let's open this guy. And it had this little thing. This is the one thing I hated about the earlier, the 1996, 1997 boxes, Classic Collection boxes. It had that tab right there, and it just inserted right here. And it was sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. So it's very, very much of a headache. But here's a blown out look here of our French Foreign Legion G.I. Joe. Beautiful. And here's the whole story here on the French Foreign Legion. You can pause your video to check that out, to read that. So you got a lot with this figure. You got the history, the background of what this soldier was about, what was his purposes, his duties, his responsibilities, all of that, and the history of his unit. So it made it even more of a connection with this figure. You were getting a lot when you purchased this figure. These figures retailed, this particular line retailed at about $24.99. This particular set right here, they went from 24 to 29 and higher, but this was the 24.99 version right here. Let's get you in here. Let's get you a straight shot of our G.I. Joe French Foreign Legion figure. One of my favorite head sculpts of all time was the Classic Collection head sculpt. Nice and clean, beautifully done. Beautiful beret there. And there's those dreaded rubber bands that I hate. His rubber band has stood the test of time, and I'm glad it did, because it keeps his beret flipped down in a manner where I really like the way that beret is flipped down like that. He's got his logo here on the top. iconic scar, dog tags. Let's get you a look at all the equipment he comes with. H harness here, canteen. This is his knife right here. Look at the beautiful machine gun that he has. He's armed with here. Boots. Guys, if you're just joining us, please like and subscribe. Welcome to the family, guys. Welcome to the fun, the excitement. We're just hanging out in our museum today, and we're doing some G.I. Joe videos. I want to bring some more G.I. Joe videos. We didn't forget about our G.I. Joe collectors out there and fans, enthusiasts. This was a classic collection figure from 1996, and it was produced for the 1997 year, which I bought it in 1997. I bought it in the spring of 1997, so it was just, I was just finding new G.I. Joes all over the place, and it was just a really cool time period back in 1997 to be a G.I. Joe collector and to really experience this firsthand. A lot of the younger collectors, guys, I know you kind of missed out on that point in time, but you can still find this guy precisely. This is a C10 museum example that we have here at our museum. This guy's been with me ever since 1996. Or I should say, it's been in existence since 1996. I purchased it in 1997, so you do the math, guys. But he's quite old now. Talking about a figure that's over 20 years old and factory sealed. I don't know what this pouch is for. I don't know what that pouch is for. He's got his pockets. But just a fun figure. Let's turn this guy around and let's see what's on the back here. Here's a side shot of the box with our French Foreign Legion G.I. Joe all decked out. And let's go up top here. It's another picture here. Here's his equipment list. That's a 5.56 millimeter F4 AS rifle. It sounds powerful. It sounds absolutely powerful. Now here's for me, this was the fun part. Get your blown out shot. All these beautiful figures that you could acquire and purchase and own. And out of all these guys, I think we did videos on pretty much all of them. We haven't done one on our Australian Operational Deployment Force G.I. Joe yet. We haven't gotten him yet. I mean, we have him, but we haven't did a video on him yet. Our British SAS soldier, G.I. Joe. He's like one of my all-time favorites. Super cool. Here's another one, our U.S. Airborne Ranger Halo parachutist. We haven't done one on this guy yet either. There's our French Foreign Legion. There's our tank commander. We did one on our tank commander. So we're gonna do a G.I. Joe classic collection playlist for our subscribers and our viewers. We want to make this as enjoyable and as convenient as possible because we have over 500 videos, and I'm seeing when I do some work on our channel and check out our playlists, and I see a lot of videos that just kind of go to the wayside, not because people just aren't watching them. I just think they need more of a limelight, more to get right back in the mainstream. if you will, of things. And so some of these categories need to be filtered down a little bit and maybe condensed. So we want to kind of get these collections kind of condensed into different playlists, and that helps, as opposed to having 50 random videos of figures in one playlist. So we're in the process of doing that. It's a work in progress, but we're doing it. So what we want to do sometime maybe today or tomorrow, guys, we'll have the G.I. Joe Classic Collection playlists up and running for you guys, for your viewing pleasure here at the G.I. Joe, our G.I. Joe section here of our museum. There's our U.S. Marine Corps sniper. And let's get you a year. And this is what we talked about, 1996. Kenner. Kenner was still doing the production of these figures for Hasbro. They were still subletting to Kenner, and Kenner did a beautiful job at spearheading the G.I. Joe Classic Collection series. Just a phenomenal job. Let's open this guy one more time for you. Just a beautiful, beautiful figure. The collectors love the close-ups. He had the Classic Collection hand sculpts there. This is before all of the new articulated bodies, and this figure was quite articulated. Being a 12-inch figure, he was very articulated. He didn't have all the big muscles and the super articulation like the later G.I. Joes would have. This was more of the earlier version of the Classic Collection G.I. Joe, which is what, once again, this is another point in time of G.I. Joe's history, because we're here at our museum, we're here to preserve the historical factors and beauty of G.I. Joe and these beautiful action figures. Get that. Sorry for the glare, guys, and get you a better shot here. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. I love this machine gun. Guys, I'd like to thank you for hanging out with us today in our museum and visiting with us with our G.I. Joe French Foreign Legion figure. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.